Oh, thank fuck, you're here. You're here. You're here. Okay, this is perfect. This is the only thing I was waiting for this. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. I only made it through one run, or, well, barely one run. Half a run. I honestly... The main reason I did this stream is because I wanted to put together that build that you so graciously helped me with. And I want to actually show it in action. So I was actually waiting for you to be here. So this actually works out completely, which is just fantastic. So interesting. Exo 5's trying to make a an Oridin too. I wanted to like give some advice and be like, yo, this is what I think, but I mean I don't think I'm qualified to do that right now because I still have to make my own Oridin, and it's ooh, fucking hot. Yeah, man, this is gonna be it. This is going to be it. I've been so hyped for this. I was honestly thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I wonder if Rulerov is gonna be here. If he's not, and I'm just like waiting to try and make this. Okay, so whatever. Fuck this guy. Fuck this Conan. Whatever the fuck. Okay, so that was run 609. Now it's gonna be 610 next, I guess. All right. So here he is, my other character, the Zealer, or not the Zealer, the Oridin. Let me just go pull him up. There we go. There we go. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Now there is one last order of business, and that is to actually give him all the things he needs in order to get up and running. So this is going to be pretty awesome. Yeah, okay. Then I also need to pass him an arachnid sash. Here goes all the pots. Can't believe I'm doing this, but it's time. Oh, wait one sec. Let's see. I think I've got everything else, right? Yeah. This is the last thing I need. Oh yeah, and the offensive auras GC. I've been looking for that still. Yeah, just give me a sec. So this goes here, this goes here. Definitely gonna need to try this out later. Anyway, how are you doing, by the way, Rulerov? I selfishly haven't just went straight into the, or I'm trying to go straight into the action. I don't know. I forgot to check up how you've been. Judging by the fact that you did manage to get your hands on a jaw, you maybe have been busy. So here we go. Yeah. Got my arachnid sash. Just need one more offensive skiller GC. One more offensive skiller GC. That is the only thing left at this point. And then I'll be ready. And then I'll be ready to show off this build. I'll probably actually try to gun for like 100 or so. About 100 runs with this build. I've been so hyped to actually... Long day? That's rather unfortunate. Whatever the case, I am here, so hopefully some D2 action in D2 will cure the long dayness. So okay, I just want my offensive skiller GC. Okay, and then the last thing is I need to. Yep. And there you go. As you saw right here, I was like offensive skiller GC offering pull, and so he's like someone was looking for offensive aura GCs. I'm telling you, man, this is destiny. This is gonna be it. Okay, this is gonna be some lit fucking shit. Like I've actually spent so many hours trying to figure out what build works best, and man, it's gonna be awesome actually showing this off in action now on Slash. Not the shitty single player version where I got a fucking low rune and I can't do anything with it. So this is pretty awesome. Alright, there we go. So this is what my character's looking like right now. I pretty much scrapped together a bunch of offensive aura GCs. Definitely going to need to get some upgrades at some point. Charms will come to me, yes. More or less, that's kind of what's going down. Alright. So it seems I have a lot of... Okay, so it's time for me to respec because I realized that I actually... I actually don't have my points in the right place, so I'm going to quickly respec, and then we're going to try to reallocate points, which is unfortunate. I was hoping not to have to burn the respec, but then I realized that not having a point in a Holy Shock, or not maxing out Holy Shock, is a huge mistake, so that is quite an issue there. Okay, so first thing is first. Before anything else, let's go stat points. I have to invest at least 50 stat points, so I can wear most of my shit. Okay, that should put me on. Well, actually, I can't wear any of my shit now that I really look at it. But okay, so I'm just actually one short from being able to. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Let's put an extra 5 just in case. All right, so then I put this Enigma on that allows me to wear all of these basically, except for the Phase Blade, which I'm going to need to invest some additional points into. Shale. Tier. The good old classic IO, Jaw, and Pull. Probably should have gotten a better base for this, but I'm actually getting super impatient. Whoa, is that? I think that's a perfect MF roll, unless it's always 25, but I don't think it is. And then finally, IO, Jaw, Pull. It's interesting that I have to use a Zakram shield for it, but you know what? You know what? I've waited so long for this that I honestly am not willing to wait any longer. It's not the best shield base, but it's got 44 res. Like, whatever. Okay, wow, that's pretty awesome. I rolled a 25 MF perfect dream in this shitty demon head, or whatever it's called. The defense roll was pretty high too. The res roll was, I think, low, but I'm not complaining too much. So that's pretty awesome. So here it is. So Dream, or dual Dream build. I also still need to get my hands on this Beast Torque. Fucking amazing amulet. But I am about 4 levels short, although I do think that today I can level myself up in the pits to get there. So that is pretty awesome. Definitely a much more fun alternative than doing bail runs over and over and over again. There is one other thing I need to do, of course. I need to actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I definitely need to see what my block percentage is. Yeah, no, I'm actually going to start investing points now into skills, I think, before I invest any more into dexterity and the likes. So, definitely resist lightning is going to be on the table, of course. Resist lightning is an aura, or is a synergy for the Holy Shock aura. Then to salvation. SSJ. Definitely, I know that struggle. Okay, so then I think I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for synergies. Gonna have to put some points into conviction. I mean, I think that's good enough for now. That's a lot of salvation. It is quite a bit of salvation. And then finally, of course, the granddaddy Holy Shock. So that is pretty awesome. Alright, and then of course, I'm going to want 1 point into Vigor Aura. That's just my, that's to speed up my runs. And then the rest will be going, I believe, oh, nope, I almost forgot. I also need a point into Zeal. So here we go. And then the rest goes into into Holy Shield. So let me just make sure that everything's right. I think that's everything. Don't want to find out later that I'm actually fucked up halfway and I have to like respec again. But I do think that looks about right. I definitely could use another point in conviction. Yeah, I'll put another point in conviction, and then I'm gonna then proceed to try and max out Holy Shield. There we go. So 35% higher chance to block. That means that I'll probably need another 20 points or so, I think. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, it looks ugly if it's not 75%. Alright, there we go. Whatever. Okay, there. And then the rest goes into Vitality. Bam! Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. I have my Paladin up in 1400 life. 7k Zeal damage. But hopefully, as I'll demonstrate today, that's not even going to be the main highlight. Okay, and then finally, of course, I can wield the Crescent Moon, so that gives me a huge enemy lightning resistance, or minus to enemy lightning resistance, and I get some additional physical damage. So my Zeal actually hits about 8.9k at this point, which is pretty fantastic. Hopefully, you enjoy the gameplay today, Ruler of, and let's actually get to try and start farming. Yeah, I'm just looking at my resistances, though. I do feel like I am a bit overcapped. Yeah, I'm definitely overcapped, but I'm not going to make a big fuss about it. All right, except for this one, I think. Oh, yeah, I'm going to sub this one out at the very least, and then I think I'm going to get ready to go. I'm going to do hopefully 100 pit runs with this character today. This this Oridin, definitely the Oridin. Hopefully it'll be a nice change of pace compared to rah 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 rah. Yeah, so definitely looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this all week, I'm telling you right now. So anyway, thanks again, by the way, Ruler of. This is going to an amazing cause, sort of, not really. Not going to anything altruistic, but it's going to something. Oops, definitely going to want that. Display the stats when you press 8. Yes, that's correct. I think yours should too. It should, yeah, you press 8 and then it pops up the stats of your character. Pretty much everything. I think there's some things that it leaves out, but whatever it leaves out isn't particularly important, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so... Alright. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let me just put this here. Gotta make sure everything looks nice and tidy. Alright, awesome. Okay, it's time to do this. Only problem is I don't have CTA yet, but whatever, I don't give a shit. So, this is going to be... I'm going to start this off at pit run number 1. These are going to be pretty unofficial. Like, I'm not actually going to be charting these down anywhere, but it'll be nice to see what we get in these 100 runs. So definitely... Oh, yeah, alright, this is going to be my little warm-up. I'm going to see if I can do the... Oh, yeah, I'm probably going to need the waypoints for this run. Alright. So let me just... Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I guess I will give battle orders. Why not? Might as well. What the hell? Oh yeah, I'm right on top of the waypoint. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what this bad boy can dish out. Or if I'll be super disappointed, I don't know. Come on, and... Oh, right, I guess this is on the wrong hotkey. Or... Yeah, alright. Or I've been pressing the wrong hotkey, rather. Yeah, I'm gonna set Holy Shock to, Yeah, I'm gonna set Holy Shock to F3. You gotta get a good feel for this. There we go. There you go. Except for lightning and lightning immune monsters, that is a bit of a struggle. Ooh, they're just dead. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Finally do it. I don't know why it's taken a bit longer for everything to die than usual, though. I have just about everything that my hero editor character has, so this should be about right. That's okay though. I think I just need to adjust to it, and then it'll be all okay. And of course, this first run there's archers, which are never good. There you go. Do you have an infinity? Nope. That's actually a really good point. It's probably the infinity now that I think about it. Although I was testing it with and without infinity, and I mean, I didn't do like a ton of tests, but when I did it with an infinity, alright, this is the interesting thing. I expected infinity to give a huge boost, but it turns out that for whatever reason, when I alternate between conviction and holy shock, like conviction against lightning immunes, holy shock against everything else, my run speeds go from a minute 25 on average to like a minute 30 on average. So that I think is worth pointing out, worth noting. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but like it apparently seems that infinity doesn't do a whole lot, which might sound a bit bizarre. Maybe I got my like stats messed up or something. But yeah, so far so. Oh, that's some lag right there. 1, 2, 3. Shock. 1, 2. Shock. 1. There you go. I'm gonna pick up this jewel right here. I'm gonna grab the heavy belt, and oh yeah, that's right. There's a tiara. If I could just pick that freaking thing up. Okay. All trash. Gotta stand right here. Okay. There you go. Although granted, with conviction, if I have conviction, then my chance to hit actually becomes a lot higher. Right now I'm missing out on a pretty high chance to hit. So yeah, if I could get my hands on conviction later on, or the infinity, that would probably be really awesome, but of course, for the time being, I'm just going to have to pulse everything, which is kind of what this build was originally meant for anyway. Full clears of pits in under 90 seconds or so. Although there are some there are some things that will hinder me, of course. There we go. Hey, Elrune, I'm rich now. Alright, so that was like a minute 45. That's not a bad, it's not a bad start, I suppose. I'm going to go to town quickly. I'm just going to refill everything back up. I also don't have battle orders. That is another issue. Like, I do have battle orders, but it'll slow me down to activate. So I want to see how far I get without battle orders, and then later I'll probably just start bowing myself with my Singer Barbarian. So my Singer Barbarian still has a very high battle orders from all the like the plus skills items that he's wearing, of course. That's pretty awesome. Oof, there we go. It might not be as good as what you got in normal conviction. That's true. So this is what I discovered, okay? I tried, Rune on run number 3. Run number 3, I get my hands on an Rune. Fantastic. And okay, yeah, I'm getting a merc. Or I'm gonna start bowing myself. I think this is okay. Okay, hold on. That is a bit scary. Lightning enchanted, and I mean, even if I put up holy shock or conviction, he apparently just soaks up the damage. So let me put this into my stash, and yeah, I'm gonna bring my guy back, my Barb back here, and I'm actually gonna pass some gold over. One sec. Once I kill that pack, I'll actually answer what you were saying here. So let me just revive Wahid, my favorite mercenary name. I do like the Wahid. Alright, there we go. That should do the trick. I'm gonna go for round 2. But as I was saying, so yeah, what I discovered while I was doing my tests is that it's not actually a good idea to just always stick to using conviction. I should be alternating between conviction and holy shock. The only time I should really even be touching conviction, I would say, is if the monsters that I encounter are actually lightning immune. Otherwise, it is much faster to actually use holy shock over conviction. So yes, I was basically letting my Infinity Mercenary. I was letting my Infinity Mercenary apply his Conviction Aura to everything. I didn't want to use Conviction myself because I wanted to have my Holy Shock going around. Or well, I wanted to have 3 pulses of Holy Shock rather than 2, which I do think does provide more damage overall. And I don't know why today I seem to run into so many lightning immunes, but whatever. It's fine, not a big deal. Yeah, definitely though I could get my hands on a CTA, that would be pretty awesome. Although CTA is not that expensive to get either, so I think I might actually be able to invest in one later on. Ooh. That's not that good. Alright, awesome. Let's try this again. Definitely gonna need to start bowing myself, I think. Not because I need it, or not because my paladin needs it. Like, my paladin will survive just about anything short of, like, lightning enchanted with curse, with might, with, like, conviction aura or some stupid shit like that. But my Merc definitely is not. He could use a bit of work, let's just say. Okay, come on. There you go. Oh, oops, that is not the right screen. There we go. I actually might not have lifesteal. Oh, no, I do have lifesteal in the form of Vamp Gaze. I see. Right, I remember now. The whole reason I built my Merc the way I did was because I wanted to get him maximum physical damage reduction. That's what it was. So far so good. Got a nice little rune. Although this is, I don't like this type of pits which goes in 2 different directions. That's probably like the worst case scenario. That's okay though. Fortunately it doesn't happen too often. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. Gonna keep hopping. I also hate Zeal Lock. That is another, I'd say, weakness of this build. You can't, like, cancel your... Once you get into Zeal, you're basically stuck there for a while. You have to finish the animation, even if you want to, like, teleport away. So, there we go. Just gonna shock everything. I'm just gonna stand in the middle of all 3 of these packs. I don't know why it's taking so long for all these guys to die. There you go. 2 minutes and 23. It's not... It was a little bit slow, but once again, two directional pits, and I'm trying to adjust to this build, and, well, I mean, that's like the same speed as my Barb, who only farms the champ packs. So, it's pretty nice to note. Yeah. Alright. Pull for High Lords. Interesting. Oh yeah, and of course I had to bring in my bow bar. I don't have a CTA. That's the big problem, I think. If I have a CTA, it would actually speed up my runs by a bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ah, Grand Charm. Nothing of value. Yeah, that's a really important distinction too. You auto farm all the trash. Yeah, exactly. That's the reason I really enjoy this build. It's like, honestly, this is as close to This is like a lazy man's Poison Mancer, I'm not gonna lie. Although, I guess Poison Mancer is still lazier because you actually have to hit shit with this build. Or you don't have to, but it definitely speeds things up. I used to do this build without actually hitting anything. And then I realized that if you actually start hitting shit with it, like surprise, surprise, you actually destroy monsters a lot more quickly. With actually attacking them on top of using your pulses. So, yeah, no, definitely... the fact that I'm actually like auto-farming everything and not just like a select few monsters is pretty awesome. Oh hey look, three to skills curses. Yeah, so that's definitely huge, right? Like previously I would only kill the champ packs, but here I kill just about everything. Only problem is of course these lightning enchanted monsters, or lightning immune monsters rather. Whatever, that's fine. Circlet, awesome. A lot of good finds already. Like I'm actually really liking this. Yeah. So I think today it is going to be a break from the 600 runs that I was, or the next set of runs that I was gonna do. I really wanted to show this build in action, and this is basically where the jaw runes went. If I'm being completely honest, it's not nearly as killer as I would have wanted it to be. I was expecting it to be like a sham WoW rather than just a regular WoW, but I guess to be fair, I don't even have an infinity, so... Well, I mean, this is like the abridged version. There's not nearly as much on it. Like, there's no CTA, there's no infinity, and of course, the game seems to have a knack for giving me these light immune monsters, which is unfortunate. Okay. Woohoo, jaw rune, this guy says. Speaking of which, yeah, I'm still looking for a jaw. If I can get my hands on a jaw, I'll definitely be more than happy to pass it back over. One of the big reasons why I wanted to make this build, of course, is that it's one of those, like, if I can actually get it up and running, then it'll definitely pay for itself at some point, I would say. Pit! Okay, well, that you know, that gives me some hope that maybe today I'll actually get my hands on. Why are there so many fucking archers today? Usually there's not nearly this many. It's kind of a nuisance. Okay. How the hell is these guys still alive? Alright. 2-socket Monarch. There's a jewel that dropped, but it's probably going to be shit anyway, so I'm not going to bother picking it up. Alright. Runic Talons and a bunch of other shit. Alright, awesome. I think I'm full up on rejuves too. Okay, I'm done here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start going. Definitely even the pre-bow phase. Usually it takes me only about 10 seconds to bow up, and then here it does take me a bit longer because I don't have CTA yet. But yeah, the next order of business will probably be to get that CTA. If I can get my CTA, that would just be pretty awesome, I'd say. Okay, just as you were saying, you're trying to get another jaw. What's that for? To pay you back. If I can get a jaw, it immediately goes into paying you back, of course. If I get my hands on an Ohm rune, I'm going to use it to... Wait, hold on. It's Omral Malist Ohm. Yeah, so if I can get my hands on a CTA, or on an Ohm rune, I would definitely use it to build a CTA, I think. This build kind of needs it. Doesn't really... Yeah, I would say so. Like, yeah, I could use the bow barb, but unlike with like my poison necro, like it's a lot it's actually faster because Pits is in Act 1 and I have to do running with my barb, which takes time. It's much better for me to just use the singer, or to use the CTA over the singer. And of course, there's a lot of light immunes today, once again. I'll let you borrow my mark gear while you tweak your build. Nah, that's cool. Your mark gear? I'm not sure. Entirely. I was talking about Merc. Like, you mean your Infinity and whatnot? No, that's quite alright. It's the Infinity is fine. The CTA is what I really need right now, and I think at this point you've helped me enough. I think I'll try and work the rest out myself for now. But thanks though. It's just there you go. This is definitely not something that this is definitely not something that my Singer Barbarian would have been able to do. Go into pits and destroy everything, and not just the champ packs. But I still do insist, though, that there's been an unusually high number of light immunes. Normally it's a lot less than this. Ooh. Autocorrect. Ah, I see. Yes, Merc. Okay, cool. But yeah, no, I think the real issue isn't the Merc, right? Like when I was testing, I definitely didn't really need. I really didn't need like an Infinity. Like it was only about like a 6 or so second difference per run, which does sound like that's pretty huge. But yeah, that's actually pretty huge. But it's not like a huge difference in this context, I think, or in this case. I definitely want to stick with his Insight build for now, and then I think I'll work my way up from there. I don't actually know if I'll ever be able to make it to Infinity though by the end of this season. I think it's possible, definitely possible, but unless like I get like a huge GG drop like a fucking Griffins or a D-Web, there's no way I'm gonna realistically earn my way to an Infinity, especially not with maps like this, freaking enormous, huge maps. Minus 15, 14? What the hell? That's like, actually, yeah, that's like min. I should actually also put a point into Redemption. That might do me some good. Do I have a point into Redemption? No, there's Redemption. I can actually put 1 point into it, and then that should solve my health problems. Although I guess I don't really need to. I can just pop a Rejuve like this. Yeah. Something else worth noting, Holy Shock's radius is massive. Like, it actually hits things even off screen, which is really useful. There we go. And another interesting fact about this build, there's the pulses, right? Like, Conviction doesn't immediately take effect. I have to wait for it to... I have to like count about 2 seconds. It's always every 2 seconds, I'd say. I think it's every 2 seconds that it'll pulse again. So it's basically like teleport into Holy Shock, teleport into Holy Shock or Conviction, and then you just keep repeating that process, of course. Grand Charm. There is one other. Yeah, that is a lot of archers, though. I don't know if I should waste my time with archers. I wonder if what were to happen if I were to just ignore the archers. I feel like that would. Yeah. All right. Yeah, if I were to go for archers. If I were to go for archers, that does actually slow me down. If I don't go for archers, then they don't drop anything. But at least my runs are a bit quicker. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Maybe I don't need a battle bow. I can just even this setup. As long as I pop the Rejuves at the right time, I should be fine. Oh, hold on. That was a small charm. like that. Alright, here we go. Now, I'm definitely curious about the archers and how much it affects my run speed. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that these runs have that in single player I don't have, which is interesting to see, actually. Like, there's the archers, there's the huge maps. Like, these are pretty damn big sets of pits. Like, the maps that I had when I did pits, or I tried to do runs of pits, they were much smaller than these, by far. But this is holding up pretty well, all things considered. Also, I'm in the process of, I've already gained like a significant amount of XP since I actually started doing these runs. That's pretty awesome. Okay, that's a problem. That is going to hurt. I should have probably dealt with the, yeah, I should have dealt with the mighted one first before anything else. Okay, yeah, no, let's just take a step back away from that one. That's exactly what I'm talking about. These archers do a number on me. And I don't really have a way to take that out right now. And he's fire and light immune, so even if I were using dragons or holy fire, that still would not have been able to kill it. Okay, well. Alright. I'm just gonna... Just on the other window, gonna get my next run started. I'm curious to see what the run without activating battle orders is on my... without having to actually activate battle orders on my Singer Barbarian. So, there we go. Let's try this. Okay. Okay, you know, starting the next run, I'm gonna just ignore the archers altogether. But then, I don't know. Like, I'd be okay ignoring archers, but it's like there's actually quite a few of them. I feel like every now and then, like I've run into a batch of like 10. I guess probably best practice would just be to ignore them. Probably a waste of my time to bother trying to deal with them, but okay, Grand Charm, nice. Oh. Yeah, these are the kinds of areas that that this version of the Oradin thrives in. Like, nice open area where you can just have your Conviction Aura or your Holy Shock Aura hit everything in the area. It's pretty nice. All right. And yeah, I really am starting to wonder if I have an Infinity. Infinity and CTA, I do think that it would boost my run speed by quite a bit. But I definitely need to get my hands on that Omrin first before I can test that theory. Alright, so this run took only about 2 minutes and 15. Although this is, of course, having my bow barb ready to activate battle orders from the get-go. This run I'm going to try to actually ignore any archers that I see and just try to teleport past them. So that's what I'm going to try to settle for. See how much more quickly I can do my run. Okay. Oh, I gotta activate Holy Shield, of course. Okay, see a pretty big. Okay, I lied. I will actually try to kill, of course, the Champ Pack elites at the very least before I try to teleport past them. Oh, here we go. Here's a much more generous pits compared to the other ones where I have to teleport to fucking Africa and back. Alright, there we go. Well, Battle Gauntlets. There you go. This is much better than compared to what happened, or than in the last couple of runs for sure. There you go. This is going to be like a minute and, I'd say, minute and 15, I think. There you go. Alright, awesome. Minute and 15 run. I'm going to go back and grab the jewel, of course, but yeah, minute and 15 run, which is pretty awesome for, like, I think this was like a dual direction, right? Yeah, this is like a much smaller pits compared to the last couple that I did. But yeah, I'm liking this. I'm definitely liking this. Nice to finally see it kicking ass the way I was planning for it to. There we go. Okay. Oh, Grand Charm. Sometimes I get the timing wrong, though. That's the other thing, too. Sometimes I switch off of Holy Shock way too late or a little too early. There we go. The hell? Why won't they go down? Oh, Kickster, how's it going? It's going quite well. I actually finally have enough wealth to try and make a new build that I've been working on. And I've really been meaning to have a lot of fun with this one, so it's pretty nice that I finally have a chance to go and do this. So, yeah, how are you doing, Joachim? Let's see. The Oridin, it's another fantastic build. This definitely has a much different focus compared to the Singer Barbarian that I showed you last time, though, of course. The Singer Barbarian's main focus, it's meant to be a little bit more precise in targeting champ monsters specifically. This build pretty much shits on everything indiscriminately, so that's kind of the idea there. So hopefully you'll enjoy the gameplay for today. As you can see, the whole idea behind it, as I go around, my Holy Shock just pulses. I teleport twice, I activate Holy Shock, and everything dies after 2 pulses. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome build. It's definitely, I would say, not as strong as the Poison Mancer or the Lightning Sorceress, of course, even for doing pits. Well, sorry, no, let me rephrase. This build actually does have a lot of weaknesses. That much I have to... Oh, oops. I accidentally right-clicked, or I clicked on the screen. I clicked off the screen. So anyway, yeah, there's definitely a number of weaknesses that it has compared to a lot of other builds, like the Lightning Sorceress or like the Poison Mancer. Namely that the damage is actually pretty low. Okay, I don't know why my pulse is doing so little. Yeah, the damage is actually still pretty low. The pulse damage, I mean. Like, the pulse damage is only about 1 to 1482 per pulse. And I have 3 Holy Shocks active because I have double dreams. So every pulse does somewhere between 1 and like 4200 damage. Of course, this isn't factoring in enemy lightning resistances, or the fact that I'm using Crescent Moon. So even if we do factor those in, though, it's nowhere near the 30-ish thousand max damage that a Lightning Sorceress can dish out, or the 10k solid damage that a Poison Master can do. But even then, it's still a really, really fun build to play. You basically just go around and you just let your Holy Shock Aura pulse and kill everything. I see, look at that, everything's just straight up dead. Alright, so yeah, this was a nice 2-minute run for like a moderately sized pits. This is pretty awesome. Of course, I am still. You stack 3 auras. That's right. That is correct. So that is the idea behind this build. It is called the Auradin, or I think some people call it the Tesladin. I prefer Auradin more. You basically use 2 dreams. This is a pretty it's like a build that. It's not like a groundbreaking build or anything. Like, the Singer Barbarian is definitely a lot less common than the Auradin. There's plenty of people who have come up with the idea of this Auradin. But I spent a lot of time trying to figure out like which whether or not like Tesladin would be good, or I think the dual dragon build. There's like a lot of different ways you can build an Auradin, and this is kind of what I settled for. So yeah, of course it's not easy to make though. It costs like 2 jaw runes, which is essentially an arm and a leg. Like, you can't always just, you don't always just have 2 jaws lying around. Fortunately, I had some people help me out, namely Ruler was a huge help in making this build work. But yeah, that aside, like, it's oh, and of course that's just the double dreams alone, and that's not even factoring in the Enigma and the Arachnid Sash and other such items, of course, right? Or that amulet. I have an amulet I want to show you, actually. It's I paid big for it, I would say. I thought that I gave I actually think I kind of underpaid for it, but no one contested me for it, so I guess I am not too upset about underpaying for it. Okay, there you go. 2 minutes and 5 for this run. Damage might be lower, however the efficiency might be better. No. Okay, because this is the thing, okay? I'm going to show you something, and it's going to blow your socks off, hopefully. Oh, by the way, this is the amulet I was talking about. It's level 89 requirement. My guy's only level 85 right now, so I still need to level up about 3 times or so. Like, I'm close to level 86, and then after that I'll need to level 3 more times. But yeah, it'll be a 2 and 10, plus life, plus mana, plus all res. It's a pretty fantastic amulet. I would say it's actually overall better than Amara's for me. So I'm really looking forward to using this, because that is a sick amulet. You have CM and Infinity. Also, it's Players 1. Yes, that's right. This is Players 1. I'm taking advantage of the fact that monsters in the pits have relatively low life in Players 1. Nice amulet. Thank you. So yeah, no, I would not say that the efficiency would be better. Like, here, I'm going to show you. Oh, I don't know why it's not showing up, but okay, there we go. So watch this, okay? This is a Poison Mancer in action. Like, if I were to go into pits right now, assuming I don't die, I really hope I don't run like some Might Archer pack or some shit. Those are always scary. Nothing can really contest this. Just going in and doing this. Like, this is you know, teleport Nova, teleport Nova, teleport Nova. There's like 3 packs, but I'm just gonna... Oh, my Nova didn't go off apparently, but... Oh yeah, and of course I can just spam Corpse Explosion if I don't really want to go in that direction. Like, this is easily, like... This and the Lightning Sorceress, I would say, are the 2 fastest builds for clearing out the pits. I can't think of anything that can kill pits faster than this, like, than a Poison Mancer or a Lightning Sorceress. In fact, for the longest time, I was wondering if anything could even come close to competing with Poison Mancer until I actually tried the Lightning Sorceress. And then after trying out, like, I actually tried to make a Nova Lightning Sorceress first, of course. And then I tried doing this. And then I tried using Chain Lightning. I realized Chain Lightning isn't bad. But yeah, 1 minute and 20. And that might seem like a fluke. But honestly, you're going to have to take my word for it. Pit's Poison Mancer can consistently clear pits in under 1.5 minutes. Like, in fact, 1.5 minutes is pretty slow, to be honest. So, yeah, like, that's definitely not the right window. If I can just find the right one, that would just be awesome. I don't actually know why it's not pulling up the correct window. That's so weird. Okay, it just refuses to pull up the right window for whatever reason. Okay, well. Anyway, so the damage might be lower. The efficiency, I would say, I don't think that I would go as far as calling it better. Like, what... efficiency in terms of what exactly? Like, in terms of the number of monsters it kills? Because, frankly, it's not nearly on the same level as a lot of the other builds. Poison Mancer, Lightning Sorceress, just to name a few. But it's certainly faster than Blizzsork, I feel like. In fact, I dare say that a Blizzard Sorceress has a pretty difficult time in the pits, and I don't really think I need to explain why. Yeah, definitely Blizzard Sorceress struggles a lot more because of the high number of cold immunes that you have to deal with there. Speaking of which, I don't actually have Infinity on this guy. If I... Like, not yet, at least. It's supposed to have Infinity, but, I mean, I'm obviously broke as shit. My hero-edited version of this character does have an Infinity, but this build doesn't. I can see that a Poison Necro is very efficient. Yeah, Poison Necro is very efficient, but of course it is quite expensive, though. Like, D-Web is not an easy find. And of course, if you are playing, like, without map pack, then, you know, you can't just, you know, throw a Nova and then teleport to the next pack, because you actually need to wait until they die so you can see what items they drop. Lightning Sorceress doesn't have this weakness, I would say. But yeah, like, Poison Necro has a consistently high amount of damage, and you don't have to deal with immunities. That's the really big thing. That's a really big thing that I would say makes the Poison Necro stand out compared to the Lightning Sorceress. Demon Heart, useless. Yeah, so... and despite what people say, like, Poison Necro, like, they'll say, like, oh yeah, on higher player settings, Poison Necro doesn't have nearly as much damage, blah, blah, blah. No, honestly, if you have, like, a properly geared Poison Necro, like, assuming that you have unlimited wealth, alright, and assuming that you have everything on a Poison Necro that you kind of need, you know, you can crush higher player settings with a Poison Necro. Like, Corpse Explosion, yeah, it's best in Players 1, or it's most effective in Players 1, but even on Players 8, it's still doing, like, a lot of damage. So, that's definitely some food for thought there. Okay. Grand Charm, and I think that was a 2-minute run. Blizzard Sorks have a hard time because Blizzard is a shitty spell. Yeah, that's true, but they have an enormous amount of damage to kind of compensate for that. Dare I say overcompensate. Also, good Light Sorceress can use CL on low player difficulties, and then I can see it being efficient. Yeah, no, that's right. It's very, very efficient on low player difficulties. You basically just teleport onto a pack, not even onto a pack. You just find a monster, you throw like 2 chain lightnings, and then you just teleport to the next pack. And then like after a while, you should be able to hit like. For me, I was doing a minute runs. I was actually doing like I think I was actually doing under a minute with a chain lightning sorceress that was of course like fully geared. Although I should point out the build that I was using wasn't actually using Crescent Moon. I wasn't actually using Crescent Moon on my on that lightning sorceress I was testing. I was actually using Infinity. I actually wanted to try it out. I was like, what if I use an Infinity instead of a Crescent Moon? Because think about it, right? I can go Infinity on me, and then I can go okay, let's go and kill these guys off. Yeah, I can go Infinity me, and then I can go Insight on my Merc. I tried that, and that is honestly, I couldn't get faster times than when I actually had that set up. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. But do you see all drops with a PN Necro and a CL Sorcerer? You're right, though. You're right. If this were vanilla, like no drops, or sorry, no map hack to show you where the drops are, then like yeah, it would probably not be as, you know, it would be kind of useless to throw 2 chain lightnings, have it kill everything, and then teleport to the next pack, because you know the whole reason you're there is to actually see the drops. Of course, having said that, though. Like, I think a sorceress does have a way to kind of compensate for that. With a poison sorceress, with a lightning sorceress, you can just, you know, you can fire chain lightnings at like like let's say this pack, right? I could fire chain lightning at this fallen shaman, and it would bounce to everything. All you need to do as a lightning sorceress is teleport to whatever monsters you kill. Just to do a brief check. With a poison necro, you have to wait for your poison to take effect, right? That's kind of my reasoning behind it. I do think that if you're trying to play for max efficiency to clear pits like, you know, as quickly as you possibly can, then no, you won't see all drops with either a poison necro or a chain lightning sorceress. But you can definitely modify both playstyles to actually go and see the drops without map hack, right? Although I would argue that Chain Lightning Sorceress does this a bit better. Okay, anyway, so moving on to run number 16 now. Or actually, I'll oh. But anyway, yeah, this is, oh, there we go. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this build, though, without a doubt. I think that, to be honest, like, one of the big weaknesses is that I have to, like, wait for the pulses. Like, it's pretty awesome in that, yeah, I can just stand, do nothing, like, actually nothing. Just by being there, I'll actually kill everything. But of course, the catch here, the only catch with this build is that it does take some time for them to die. You have to actually wait for your pulses to go off, so that is kind of a bit of a turn-off. But otherwise, it's a really awesome, and it's pretty awesome for clearing pits, I'd say. Especially if you're a lazy ass like I am. I'm honestly getting sick of dealing with my connection, the connectivity issues I have to the server, right? So that's one of the reasons why I actually came up with this build in the first place, or why I decided to try this build. Oh, nice. Sacred Torch. Imagine a CL Sorceress would be pretty fun to run with Infinity. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. One of the other perks of not having, of using Infinity is that you're actually not using a shield, right? Which means that your Chain Lightning Sorceress will not be able to block, which sounds like a disadvantage, but if you're going for max clear speed, then this is actually a good thing, since if monsters hit you, then you can't block it, and therefore your character doesn't go into the block animation, or which would otherwise result in, you know, interrupting your spell cast. Anyway. So this run was a minute and 35 actually. So this is what I'm talking about. Definitely like about a minute 30 is pretty close to the. When I was testing this on single player, a minute 30 is roughly the times that I was getting. Yeah, it was close to about a minute 30, like a minute 20 for the most part, I think. Although granted, I had CTA and I had Infinity. I have neither of these two things right now with this build. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Okay. Lightning enchanted. Oh, and he's dead. As long as they're not lightning immune, that's fine. That was something to consider. Yeah, I am kind of curious to see the fully developed version of this build, but I was actually testing this build with and without Infinity, and I came to realize that this build is actually still good. Not as fast, but certainly still good without Infinity. It still takes like 2 pulses to kill everything, which, you know, I'm not going to complain about. Yeah, but definitely CTA is going to be something that I do want to get my hands on, though. Definitely. I could actually try to get a CTA right now that I think about it. I think I actually have a mule with like 44 P Amethyst, 44 Rals, and I could actually probably sell that for an ohm right now if I really am desperate to get my hands on a CTA. What is it that makes the build viable? The gear? Yes, absolutely the gear. So, okay, I'll show you the gear in a second, and I'll explain how it works. Yep. There we go. Let's just whack this guy to death. Alright, and then this one is lightning enchanted, of course, so I just have to whack him a little bit more. Oh, hey, look, circlet. Come on, 3 and 20 Necro. That would be awesome. Or 3 PNB, 20 FCR. Nope. I don't think I'll ever get my hands on one of those. Alright, Ral. So, this is how the build is viable, okay? Thanks, yeah, no problem. So, this is how it works. You've got 2 dreams. Okay, this is the core part of the build. Like everything else, okay, like obviously Enigma matters. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, none of the other pieces of your gear actually matter. Like, yeah, Enigma matters. So does Arachnid Sash for FCR, Mage Fist, whatever. But we don't care about those things. I definitely also say that Ravenfrost, you should be using one of these at least, because it gives you plus. It gives you cannot be frozen. Which makes it so that, you know, monsters can't just whack you and force you to not be able to attack at a reasonably fast speed. So anyway, of course I got Tri-Res boots here too. These are some scraps that I picked up. But yeah, let's focus on what's most important, of course, which is the double dreams. So the way the 2 dreams works, they don't actually give like plus to all skills or anything, but they do give Holy Shock Aura, level 15 Holy Shock Aura when equipped. Now, the interesting thing about the Holy Shock Aura when equipped is that these auras actually stack with one another in a really weird way, okay? Level 15 Shock Aura here adds together with a level 15 Shock Aura on this stream, and it actually makes a level 30 Holy Shock Aura. But if I'm not mistaken, it's not just level 30 Holy Shock Aura, it's level 30 Holy Shock Aura on each of these dreams, alright? And then, on top of that, that Holy Shock Aura works really nicely with the synergies from Resist Lightning and Salvation, because Holy Shock Aura does get synergy bonuses from Resist Lightning and Salvation. So, even if I don't have my own Holy Shock Aura active, my pulses are already doing about 1 to 1,000 on my Dream Hat here, or my Dream Demon Head, and another 1 to 1,000 on my Dream Zakram Shield. Right, because they're level 30 Holy Shock Auras and they're fully synergized, and I got 2 of them, so that's like a total of about like 2,000 damage max per pulse. And then of course I throw in my own Holy Shock Aura, and that puts me up to about that puts me up to about, I think, like what, 3,500, 3 to 3,500. So that's how it works in a very high level overview, I would say. Well, not really high level. That's I think that's as in depth as I think I really need to get into. So yeah, as you can see, it does indeed take like 2 pulses mostly to kill most of the monsters. Well, at least the Fallen. The Fallen are particularly weak, or not the Fallen, I think they're called Devilkins. Yeah, the Devilkins take like 2 pulses to die, everything else takes about 3. If I could get my hands on some of the other equipment that I need, it might be a bit quicker. Once again, though, those pulses don't factor in enemy light res. It also doesn't factor in my minus enemy light res. That's important to keep in mind. So yeah, I mean, all I basically do, I teleport twice, and then I activate Holy Shock. I teleport twice, I activate Holy Shock. Vice versa, or rinse and repeat. Sure. Short warbow, Thulrun, don't need either of those. But yeah, that all makes sense, right, though, Joachim? I think that should do it. That was a reasonable explanation. Never heard the Aura stack like that. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole premise of the Auradin build. I'm definitely not the first person to come up with something like this. This was a build that other people have come up with. Definitely know some people who have even said that they always wanted to make one of these, but they didn't ever have the wealth for it, of course. But me being on Slash, and me having people who were generous enough to help me out. Oops, that was an accident. But yeah, people who are willing to help me out actually put this build together. I am, of course, appreciative of that, and you can kind of see the effects of how this build now ends up working. So, the one thing I'll admit, though, is despite farming everything in the pits with this build, I mean, I know it's only been 20 runs, so it's a bit early to say, but so far, I'm disappointed. I'm also not very disappointed. I mean, for me, I never really get anything in the pits. And I've made that a very clear statement in past seasons as well. I'm definitely not the only one who feels this way about pits. But yeah, this season, like, this is what I'm going to say, right? Like, this build is pretty awesome for clearing out pits, but at the same time, it's pits usually doesn't fork me up anything good. At least not on this private server Slash. Like, I was playing single player, and I got, like, Griffs, 2 Griffs, sorry. I got 2 Griffs out of, I actually got 2 Griffin's Eyes out of pits. Not even in like 1,000 runs or anything, just like from randomly dicking around with my Warcry Barbarian. I got 2 Griffs in single player, in the pits. Which are huge finds, but they're kind of useless. But for whatever reason, or they're useless because they're fucking single player, and they're from my hero edited characters, so... Like, if I had gotten them on Slash, I could honestly say that, yeah, I've actually gotten cool shit on in pits. But so far the drops are far and few, especially compared to, like, when I did Chaos Sanctuary last season. Last season when I did Chaos Sanctuary, the drops were enormous. Chaos Sanctuary always pays out was my motto. I got my hand... I did 1,000 Chaos runs, and I got, like, Burr Sir Burr Ohm, or Burr Jaw Low or some shit like that in the first 500 runs. This... Pits hasn't really given me anything quite of that caliber, of course. Okay, so moving on. So your question is, so technically you could have a Holy Shock aura of level 100. No, not quite. I'm not quite sure what... Well, okay, yes. Technically you could. If you could, like, stack... let's say you, I don't know, made a hero edited item that gave, like, level 50 to Holy Shock... and then another regular amethyst for trade. can't be bothered. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So if you had like, if you made an item in the hero editor that was like, oh, I get level 50 Holy Shock Aura, and you equipped it on both your, like, I don't know, your shield and your helmet, same way as on my character right now, then yes, you could actually have a level 100 Holy Shock Aura, and you could have it fully synergized, and if you really wanted to, you could also throw it onto a Lightning Sorceress, or a Sorceress with like maxed out Lightning Mastery, which is also one substitute for using synergies, like a Paladin synergy. You can also use Lightning Mastery from the Sorceress. So yes, you could have technically have like a Holy Shock Aura of level 100. However, it's worth noting, of course, that there's only two items, or there's only one item in the game, at least from my recollection, that offers the Holy Shock Aura, and that is the Dream Rune Word. Yeah, that is the Dream Rune Word. It's not like, yeah, so that's pretty much sums up everything. So you can't, like, the most you'll ever get from items, like actual real items, is level 30. Yeah, level 30. The two items I'm using right now, right? Dual Dreams. That's pretty much a norm for an Oradin. There's other janky builds that don't use double dreams. I'm not gonna lie, I can't see them. I'm gonna put this quite bluntly. I can't see most of those, or any of those builds performing. Sorry, I can't see any Oradin build performing on par with an Oradin that has dual dreams at least. Just because, well, yeah, Holy Shock Aura is much stronger than Holy Freeze or Holy Fire. Like, I've spent time trying to find a way to get Holy Fire on the same level as, like, I even tried stacking 3, I tried stacking Hand of Justice with, like, Double Dragon for level 44 Holy Fire Aura, but it does, like, jack shit. And there's a lot of monsters that are immune to fire anyway, so it's like, well, Holy Shock is just substantially better, I would argue. But didn't you say those items, the Dream Stack for level 30, or on each item? 30 plus 30 plus 40 from a regular... Ah! So, that's a good question. Only the item auras stack. It's not like, oh, well, I've got a level 35 Holy Shock Aura. Like, I'm using myself right now, a level 35 Holy Shock Aura, but it doesn't stack with the level 30 auras that you got, it doesn't stack with the auras that are present on the 2 dreams that I'm using, okay? And I think that's a double count that you're doing. Each of these only gives a level 15 Holy Shock Aura. Each of these only gives a level 15 Shock Aura, so it's not like, oh, each of these make a level 30 Holy Shock Aura, and then, because you're double counting it. Right now, when you say 30 plus 30 plus 40, if you're looking at in terms of levels, that's not how it works. These 2 level 15 Holy Shock Auras add up with one another to make a level 30 Holy Shock Aura on this Dream Shield, another level 30 Holy Shock Aura on this Demon Head, and then I myself am using a level 35 Holy Shock. So it's not like they all add up like 30, 30, and then 35 to make 95. No. There are 3 separate auras, where 2 of them are level 30 from these 2 items, and then I myself am, of course, using the level 35 Holy Shock on my character. So hopefully that makes sense. Alright, here we go. I'm going to assume 4-4 fire. Okay, I got the numbers right at least. Any idea how much lower resist curse would add to my output? I mean, my assumption is that it would be much the same as, it wouldn't be very much different from having Conviction, except for the fact that Conviction also reduces defense, which is a huge boost to my Paladin's damage, of course. Yeah, more on Ruler of's question in a second. Yes, Joachim, they proc separately at the same time. So every time you see one you see how this Holy Shock Aura, it just procced, right? That is hitting them with 3 holy shocks right now. They're not like, that's not one big level 100 holy shock or even like a level 65 holy shock. No, no, no. It's 3 different holy shock auras that are hitting them every time you see that animation. First the level 30 and then the level 35. That's right. That's right. Although they both occur simultaneously. Wouldn't the effect stack with conviction? Yes, it would. Yeah, so while the effects would stack with conviction, the maximum the minimum resistance for pretty much anything in this game is minus 100, right? So, oh, actually, I'm using the wrong aura. I should be using conviction. There we go. Now they can die. Anyway, so yes, I mean conviction. If I'm using conviction, it already reduces their resistances by 150%, right? So, against the monsters that are not, let's say, lightning immune, their resistance are already going to be minus 100 right now, right? It's just straight up going to hit negative 100, because, well, yeah, my conviction will put them there. And then, of course, lower resistant is actually just straight up redundant. Now, that basically means that I'd only really want to have lower resist for the monsters that that are actually lightning immune. And against these monsters, if I, let's say, apply a lower res with, I don't know, minus 50, let's just say for argument's sake, then it only works at a 5th efficiency for breaking immunities, right? So it would be like, what, 12%? Actually, no, it's even worse. No, 10%. What the fuck am I talking about? I'd only be reducing the light res of light immune monsters by like 10%. If I were to use lower res, like a level 50, or sorry, like a 50% lower res, which is like level 20 lower resist. That's not even like a level 2 lower resist, because a wand, right, can only spawn with up to level 3 lower resist, which wouldn't even be anywhere near minus 50. But even if it were like minus 50, it definitely wouldn't do much because, well, either it would be redundant or it just wouldn't do much at all. So no, I don't think lower resist would do very much in this case. The effect would stack with conviction, but definitely I'm much better off just running a crescent moon and calling it a day. And I don't really think I need to explain why I'm using crescent moon. Wow, only 10%? Yeah, that's just the way the mechanics of this game work, right? Like, if you're breaking an immunity, like, there's only... If you're breaking an immunity of any kind, right, whether it be from amp damage, decrepify, conviction, and lower resist, I don't actually think that there's anything else in this game that that reduces resistances, like, I think Sanctuary, or anyway, the Sanctuary or is weird. I'm not going to get into that one right now. But as I was saying, breaking immunities only works at 15% of the efficiency, right? That includes, of course, lower resist, or that especially encompasses lower resists. So, I mean, like, the whole reason why I've used... that's kind of one of the reasons why D-Web, or Death's Web, is so awesome. Like, let's say you have a monster with 110 poison resist, and you purge it off with lower resist. Then your D-Web will actually take its minus percent poison res and be in full effect. Like, their resistance goes from being, like, broken at, like, 90% poison resistance all the way down to, like, 40% resistance because D-Web reduces it by, like, another 50. So does that all make sense? It's kind of weird, but... oh, okay. I'm glad he clarified. Now I'm just thinking, do I need a Malrune right... or do I need 2 ums? I could... no, I'm too lazy to go and make that trade right now. But yeah, it only if it works at 10% against monsters that are... maybe not 10%. You know, here. This is the best way to put it. This is the best way to check this out. I don't actually know how much... what the exact number there would be, but I'm going to check it out right now. Okay. So this is my the classic Poison Necro, and I was wrong. So level 19 lower resist is actually 62%. So imagine like that. Imagine trying to break an immunity with that. Even if conviction already broke the immunity, I think lower res still works only at a 5th efficiency. So 62%. That's like what, 12% or 13%. You're only reducing shit by 13% because of that quirky like, oh, if you're breaking it only works at like a 5th efficiency or whatever. That's just kind of how it works. It would be pretty awesome though. Oh yeah, that's right. Give me a sec. I just need to. Just gotta get another one of these. Gotta get that. All right. And then I think. There we go. Okay. There we go. I saw some dudes that bugged the Holy Shock Aura. I'll get back to you regarding that. Are you talking about the stack? There used to be a bug I found out where you could like open up a trade window with somebody, and then you could just proceed to like stack like a super big aura, Holy Shock Aura. Well, I guess you could stack any aura. You could stack like a bunch of Holy Fire auras. That was a bug that was removed, I think, in after 1.12, like starting 1.13, they had removed it if I remember correctly. But I mean, even then, like that's a pretty damn big bug. Like I'm pretty sure that's, you know, that's obviously not something that dare I say should be abused. Whereas I think, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't say shouldn't be abused, but it definitely broke the game in some way, shapes, and forms. Like it was pretty hilarious to see, kind of like Uber leveling. But obviously, yeah, that was a pretty damn big bug. Like walking into a screen and being able to one-shot everything, even on players 8, just by stacking your auras in the trade window was a definite bug. That's definitely not how it's supposed to work. I can almost assure you that. Yes, that's it. So it's gone now? Yes, I'm pretty sure it's gone. I'm pretty sure they patched that a long, long time ago. I could be wrong about that, but that is just my recollection. Pretty sure they got rid of it, though. Pretty sure. Maybe I'll dump another point into Holy Shield. Why not? Small Charm. Alright, awesome. Cold Resist. Definitely have way too much trash on this character, but yeah. I think it's pretty awesome. I'm glad I got a chance to finally piece this build together and see what it's actually capable of. Now the only thing left is, of course, I need to get my hands on an Omerin so I can make CTA. I'm actually tempted to do that right now. Maybe I should just do it right now. What do you guys think? Should I just do it right now? I mean, I might as well. I have my Amethyst and Rouse sitting around, and I've been looking to make a trade for them for quite some time. Yeah. How much MF can I stack without losing clear speed? Gulper 3? Are you fucking kidding me? Is he for real right now? No, Terror Keys only. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Actually, hold on. Hold on a second. This might be a bit of a revelation. One sec. I can make a trade with him if that's the case. Like, I had keys, but I honestly wanted to sell them in bulk. Like, I actually wanted to like farm like a shit ton of T and H and Ds again. But 3, 6, 9. Yo, fuck! I've got 9 keys right now. I got 9 T keys. All right, hold on. I'm gonna talk to him right now. Okay, yeah, I'll make this trade, sure. Let's do it. Here. Hold on a sec. Mm-hmm. 7, 8, 9. Alright, done. Vex Mal Mal. Or Vex Ist Mal Mal. Wait a second, that's... Yeah, no, that's right. That's right, actually. I thought he was overpaying me for a second, but that's about right. Gull per 6 for hate? Seriously? Sure, fuck. 6, I also have... Yeah, sure. Well, I mean... Well, shit. I mean, I've... Get 6 hates for that goal. Okay, so... I'm gonna throw down some of these. Sweet. Awesome. Alright. Yeah. Gold per 3 terror keys. Yo, fuck. That's like... That's the most value I think I've ever heard for this kind of... Anyway, sorry. Joe Kim, I don't know if you're still here, but good luck with the roll onto CTA. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually make a game here, 2 and 2, and then hopefully I can actually make this trade. The Hiring Mule. Good luck with the roll on CT, yeah, thanks. So I need to actually get my hands on an Ohm Rune, though. I have now the wealth required for my Ohm Rune. I'm still here. Hey, Maverick, good to see you. Have you seen my new build in action yet? Like thanks to the help, or with the help of Ruler of, I've actually gotten my hands on a brand new build that I was actually showing off today. However, I do need to get my hands on an Ohm Rune. Do you have an Ohm Rune I could break by any chance? If so, I could actually finish off one of the next items that I need for it. But anyway, as an aside, the whole... Regarding that MF, how much MF can I stack without losing clear speed? Well, I mean, to be honest, the options are pretty limited, okay? Yeah, the options are pretty limited, if I'm being completely honest. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. Haven't seen, I literally just got on. Alright, cool. I have something to show you. Check this out, okay? And I guess later I'll do the rune trade or whatever. But anyway. Alright, so this is the Singer Barbarian. I should probably switch it back to my other guy. Bam! Take a look at my brand new character. I think this is run number 25 that I'm going to be doing, so... Yeah, I'm not... Best I can do is Vex Cham. Ah, fuck. Actually, no. Vex is fine. Vex is fine. I just need a Vex. I just need that Vex. If I can get that Vex, I can actually make a CTA. I'm really getting kind of sick of hopping in my bow barb and being all like, oh, I'm gonna bow myself. And, game. All right. Let's actually make that trade, and then I'll show off the build, and then I'll also talk about why I can't stack any more MF than I already have on this character. So let me just pull this guy up. High runes. Alright, so R, password R. That would be it would be much appreciated. so let's actually just check this out right here. Oh, okay, or my merc can proceed to go try to solo most of those monsters. I will actually bow him though in a sec, just so he doesn't risk dying, just in case. Ah, there he is. Still, you got that beautiful, beautiful red armor. Anyway, so yes, you've given me the Vex, much appreciated. I will give you ist. Wait a second. So ist Gull, I guess. Yeah, I guess that'll do. There you go, Gull ist. There's the break. Okay, so then now. That leaves me enough for Amral Mal Ist Ohm. I have 2 Vexes here. I can actually cube this up into... How do I make an Ohm? Okay, here we go. So, but not always an available option, and I'll explain why in this case. Look what I bought. Alright, cool. Oh, it's a D-Web. It's the D-Web. Never mind. Ooh, 35 to 40. Very nice. Huh. Alright. You're gonna try to make a last wish? Yes, actually, I could have just asked him. I think he's the only enjoyable form of MFing. It's a pretty funny joke. Okay, so... yeah, I need to get my gem mule quickly. I needed the and I just borrowed 2 of them. Oh, okay. I see. I was wondering about that. I think Swish was trying to sell a D-Web, and then there were no takers on his thread, which was a huge surprise. I figured that, like, everybody and their mother would be looking for a fucking D-Web at this point. But anyway. I actually am kind of embarrassed, but I don't have a plain emerald on this character. Ugh, man. I just wanna actually show off this build with a CTA. Won't even give me that. Okay, well, while I wait until I'm getting lazy. Kinda wanna just... fine, I'll just offer a damn lem for it. I got plenty of lems, alright. Wait. Lem for regular emerald. And then while I'm waiting for that trade to go through, I'm going to actually go into the next game. And I'm going to show Maverick, because he's been missing out on the last couple of hours. How long have I been playing for now? Like about an hour and a half. 463 CTA, here we come. I'll trade Ohm for 2 Vex. Oh, seriously? Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down for it. What game are you in? Or can you even get on right now? I just want to get this thingamajig up and running. And while you're coming online then, if that's the case, I'm going to try to set up my spirit. I don't have a base somewhere. I can definitely use that. Can't believe I'm actually... Okay, game name please. Game name R, password R. That's it. Tel, Thul, Ort, and M. Alright, there we go. And I used up one of my shitty rolls, so that's pretty awesome. Alright, so pretty much everybody's here right now. Or maybe not everybody, but here. Just basically showing you guys my other window. Oh, that's the wrong one. I have too many windows open. Seriously, just trying to throw this shit together. Okay. Oh, fuck. Alright. So I just need now, I think, to get my hands on Amral Mal Ist Ohm. So, and a CTA base. Please tell me I've actually kept the CTA base. This is like the one time I need it, and I think it would be kind of embarrassing if I actually didn't have it. It'll be 5 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, in the meantime, I guess I'll show off my new build to Maverick, assuming he's still here. I don't know if he's still here, but I'm gonna show it off, and I'm also gonna talk about that. I'm gonna answer that earlier question that was asked, aka why don't I just yeah, why don't I just try and, like, why don't I just max out my MF? So you're still here. Okay, that's awesome. Alright, so check this out, okay? This is a new build that I've got, and watch it in action and then I'll explain it. Okay, yeah. So we're just gonna vigor in here. Battle orders. And man, this took me a long time to put together, but I had to say, it's been kind of worth it. I've definitely been having a lot of fun playing around with this. Oh. Bam! Bam! Alright, now if it... Oh, okay, no, I screwed up. Hold on. This is the wrong difficulty. Or not the wrong difficulty, but it's the wrong player settings. It's players 2. No wonder they're not dying in like one shot. But yeah, let's just that was a terrible first impression. I know. So let me just try this one more time, and then yeah, you'll see this build in action. Where's Infinity? Well, I may or may not be a little bit broke for an Infinity right now. Okay, like we can't all be super rich without this Necro. Okay, so let's do this. I mean, even right now, like, it's a struggle to make, like, CTA even. So yeah, here you go. Bam! Look at that. Look at that. This beauty. Bam! Everything's dead. And another shock. Definitely at some point I would want to get my hands on Infinity, but today's not that day. I don't have Burr runes lying around. I don't actually even think I have a base for an Infinity, now that I think about it, but yeah. This is the build I've been working on for quite some time. It's definitely... looks like bit runs did shit for you this season so far. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Let me tell you, it's been a ride. I do kind of wish I were back in Chaos Sanctuary, but I will commit. At the very least, I found 2 Griffins and an Arachnid Sash and a low rune, all in single player, in pits. So that's pretty good, I guess. Too bad none of it will ever be used. This actually looks pretty fun. Yeah, exactly, right? Look at this shit. It just, like, fucking everything dies. Want to try with my Infinity? I could. I can tell you that it probably won't be as effective, or there won't be like a huge boost. But I can show it to you with Infinity, yeah. You like to see that? Alright, sure. I can do that. Yeah. It's also missing certain other components too, like the fully GG, or the GG version of this build, actually uses like a 6-faceted, 6/5/5 lightning facet phase blade. So yeah, there you go. Didn't even play this season. Gonna wait for next season. Alright, well, sounds like a plan. And unfortunately that wasn't a lifer that rolled. Alright, so let me just... Oh, awesome, thank you. Well, I definitely wouldn't want to drop trade something like that. Alright, here we go. Let's throw that bad boy on. Of course, once again, I'm still missing the, still could use that CTA, but, I don't think I have a base for it. That's the problem. But sure, let's give it a try. Shaft Stop, Vamp Gaze, and I now have Infinity. So let's see how this pans out now. I'm gonna just spoil it right now, though, regarding the effectiveness of this build. This build, to be honest, this build can clear pits like, I think the record that I had is like 105. Like 1 minute and 5 seconds is the fastest I was able to clear the pits. On average, it's closer to like... On average, it's, I would say, closer to about 1.5 minutes, a little under 1.5 minutes, so that's pretty awesome. At least it was that way in single player, with the current setup that I have. Yeah, so that might be worth factoring in. There you go. There you go. Of course, while I don't have an Infinity, I've actually been trying to just use Conviction myself when I come across lightning immunes, but I do think that, yeah, so far it looks to me like Infinity is actually putting in some work, which is very counterintuitive of, well, not counterintuitive, but this is definitely quite different from what my tests were showing last time, so... There we go. And they're just dead. It's pretty awesome, too. There's no lightning immunes either, for whatever bizarre-ass reason. Okay, small charm. Let's pick that up. And also... Oh, yeah, right. No wonder I'm running out of mana right now. It's because I don't have insight anymore. But yeah. Damn, yeah, that looks good. Hey, man, I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. But this is like... Without the Infinity, that I have to use the hobo version of this build, though, which is still pretty awesome. You can see that it was still pretty fun, and it was quite effective, even... Well, maybe not necessarily effective, but it was still doing what it needed to do, for sure. As you can see here, this is a two-directional medium to large-size pits, and I probably will be able to clear it in about 2 minutes, so that's pretty awesome. Now it looks really smooth. Yeah, it actually looks a lot smoother than without Infinity, I had to be honest, but when I was doing my test without Infinity, I was actually doing... Definitely holding up a lot better than I was here. Do note that there weren't any light immunes either this run, or there weren't nearly as many as compared to some of my other runs, so... yeah. You need a Griffin's too. No! No, 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 no! No, 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 no. I can't use a Griffin's. I am using Double Dreams. That's a no-go. I have 2 dreams right now. The whole idea behind the build is that I have the 2 dreams, and yeah, I mean, I could. It's just, what's the point? Okay. Yeah. I need the 2 dreams, as you know. Yes. I can assure you that with a Griffin's Eye, it won't be nearly as effective as having the double dreams. Yeah. Thanks, though. I appreciate that. But yes, so this is the Oradin in action. Once again, I could really use that CTA. If I could get my hands on the CTA, that would probably... that would speed up my runs by quite a bit. But anyway, so... going back to what Joachim was inquiring about earlier, he was asking about why well, I mean, if I could max out my MF, that would be pretty awesome. So this is what I'm going to say. Right now, without the Infinity, like, yeah, I have an Infinity right now on my guy, but especially without an Infinity, having the offensive aura skiller GCs, I feel like, is more important on this character than actually having the MF small charm. I should probably try that. I should actually try that for myself. See what happens if I have an inventory completely full of, like, 7 MF small charms. Did you need a CTA base? Yeah, I did need a CTA base. That would be good. I guess I could just, like, pay, like, a pull or some shit for it. But I honestly thought I would hold on to a CTA. I'm honestly surprised that I didn't hold on to a CTA base. That's, considering how much I pack rat, I don't know why I wouldn't have a CTA base. This is kind of embarrassing on my part. In your mule game. Oh, sweet, thanks. Alright, let's see if we can get this this bad boy up and running. Also, fuck this set of pits. Like, look at this shit. It's, you have to go in a square, and it's riddled with light immunes. This is what I'm talking about. Even with Infinity, like, this is the big thing about Infinity, alright? Like, yeah, it's great to have Conviction Aura, but if the archers spread out like that, or are spread out like that, then it's almost impossible to kill all of them anyway. So that's my main issue with it. But otherwise, yeah, it's... Oh, hey, look, another 3-socket demon head. Wait, Jewel. Okay, let's ditch this run for now, and let's actually go back to the mule game. And let's go actually get that CTA base up and running. Awesome. It's a Crystal Sword, too. Okay. Yeah, oh, 5-socket ethereal one, too. Oh, that's very lovely. Alright, so let's grab one of these. This 5-socket Eth Crystal Sword. Alright, that's awesome. Now I just need Am, Ral, Mal, Ist, and Ohm. I have the Ral. Did I test a Gryphs before? To be honest, no, but my assumption is that it won't be nearly as effective for the reasons that I just listed. Do those two auras actually... Yes, they do. That's kind of the whole premise behind the Dream Sorceress. Or Dream Sorceress. The Auradin, I mean. Bases? The hell? What is this? Ooh. Crane Beak. Yeah, I'll use this one. I'll use this one. It looks like No, I have the Omrin. I have the Omrin. Oh, wait, no, we were supposed to make the trade, right. Okay, right. That's the whole reason why. Okay, so let's put this here first. Maverick, do you want this base back? I'm just debating between what... I feel like somebody else should be using this 5-socket ethereal crystal swords, probably. Make sure your base is a different mod. I'm not gonna lie, Ruler of, I was thinking that too. I was thinking that exact same thing, but I didn't want to be rude and turn down the ethereal crystal sword that that Maverick so graciously donated me. That was the main reason I didn't want to. That was rotting. Okay, well that's cool. I guess I'll just leave it here for now then. But yeah, I do want to. Yeah, all right. There you go. Kind of would like to flail, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers. Okay. Where were we? Yes, right. We were in the middle of making some trades. I believe I need an Amrune, Amral, Mal, Istom. So I need an Am. ECV for my Merc. For Insight. Yeah, that would probably be good too. I'll hold on to that in a bit. So, all right. Amral, Mal, Ist, Ohm, right? You have a flail. Oh, seriously? Oh, okay. Well, yes, yes. Something about having it in this thing just feels like a sin, if I'm being honest. No offense to you. Not trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm too good for this base, but I don't know. It feels like a sin to put in this like random pickaxe looking thing. I think it's called like what, a military pick or whatever. Okay, so 2 Mal Ist, Vex Vex. All right, let's put this shit together. So, Ral, Mal. I'm gonna drink that. Ist and then Ohm, right? Amral, Mal, Ist, Ohm. You know, I have it memorized by heart, but you can never be too careful. I'm gonna go look it up. Yeah, Amral, Mal, Ist, Ohm. I've got one in Axe, and I think it looks great. Yeah, but I like it in Flail the most. That's just me. There we go. El Clasico. Yeah, El Clasico right here. So let me just... right? Just making sure. Okay. Ral, Mal, Ist, okay, and and I'm gonna guess it's gonna be 3-4. 3-4-3 is my guess. 3-4-3. It's gonna be 3-4-3. All right, so I'm just gonna take a step back. You guys ready for this? And bam! Well, then. Well, Joachim's guess was pretty close. Hey, I told you. I told you. It's because I put it in a flail. It's clearly because I put it in the flail. That's why. That is why it turned out to be the way it did. So clearly I am fucking amazing. Yep. That looks good to me. Oh, that's a fucking insane roll. Hey, I'm happy with that. I don't care it's not 664. Are you kidding me? I've never made a CTA before on this server. Alright, see, it's dinner time. Alright. Coming in, just Guardian, well, you know, backing me up as usual, and now look at what we've got our hands on. We've got, it's actually not a 664, but this is a 564. Yeah, man, thanks. This is, that was unexpected, to say the least. Now I'm fawning over this roll, but this is fantastic. Alright, so it's time to show you guys what this build is capable of. Before I do that, oh, I see. So 10 and F11. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, here you guys go. I'm going to start my next run, and you guys are going to see just what this build is actually capable of. Either for better or for worse. Maybe it'll be a disappointment. I don't know. We're going to find out very quickly. Okay. Thought I read 3-3 in game. Wild, great CTA. Yeah, man. Thanks. No. This is indeed the granddaddy of well, not the granddaddy, but it's kind of like the almost granddaddy of CTAs. So, I also have to brag about it. Right. So watch this, okay? This is going to be the run, and we're going to start this from scratch. We have pretty much everything at this point. So, and I actually don't know why my whole shield didn't go off, but made an exact same CTA just this week. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Oh, hold on. There are some people here. Definitely don't have enough mono to play around with as with my other character, but it's fine. There you go, and everything's just dead. And of course it's dual directional, but I think I should be okay with this infinity at least. Come on. There you go. Dead. Except it was in a CS. That's awesome. But yeah, no, to be honest, like, regarding the whole kill speed, I probably should test it with 7 MFSCs, but, like, 1, I can't be bothered to go and get 7 MFSCs. And 2, like, the general policy regarding MF is, it's as much MF as you can stack without suffering on kill speed. But, to be honest with you, like, for me, I felt like, oh yeah, I think offensive or a skiller GCs would be best. And speaking of which, a charm just dropped, so I'm going to actually go check that. I almost avoided it for a second. I made 3 C... Hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream here, Yere Mariscal. I made 3 CTAs this week, 611, 611, 222. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, this is exactly why I never make CTAs. My CTA rolls are usually shit. And to be honest with you, this is my first CTA that I've made in, like, in years, actually. I don't think I've made a CTA in a really long time, but I decided to make a CTA because, well, this guy kind of needs it for him to hit his peak performance. No sexual puns intended, of course. But yeah, as you can see, it's been working out really well. There you go. 2-minute run for a dual directional pits, which was like moderate size. Alright, let's try that again. And none of this fucking multi-boxing bow barb garbage. Found all the runes plus the base in one stream as well. Pretty good. Oh, that's awesome. Can't believe you found all the runes for that. So, I mean, the and the Ral, okay, fine. Like, whatever. That's not a surprise, but Mal, Ist, and Ohm too? Wow. There's some days of D2 which are just... you're just destined for greatness, you know? Alright, anyway. So, yeah, regarding the whole MF speed, I was actually thinking about it. The original, what I was originally trying to come up with for this build, or the original form of it, is definitely supposed to be using... oh yeah, Dark Archers, no wonder. It's supposed to be using those 7MF small charms, but I felt like with offensive skill or GCs my kill speed actually increased, and so because of that I went with offensive skill or GCs instead of yeah, I went offensive skill or GCs because I felt like it actually boosted the damage of my character, which I felt like was more important than 7MF SC. But I guess I should actually probably test, right? Because like, I don't know, if I'm killing everything in like 2 pulses anyway, like, there's no difference. Like, I should just use 7 MFSCs. But yeah, that was just kind of the bottom line. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is the fastest run I think I've done yet. That was 1:26 or so. With the CTA, with the Infinity, with the Dual Dreams, this is kind of like the dream build. The dreams build that I had, right? Like, I spent ages trying to theory craft the best possible form of this build. Pretty much now, the only thing I'm missing, of course, granted, like, this Infinity's on loan from Maverick, so I'll, of course, have to return it at some point. But, as I was saying, the only thing I need now is a Phase Blade with... is a Phase Blade with a bunch of light facets in it. Because right now I'm using a Crescent Moon, which is -35 to enemy light res. But man, if I could get my hands on like a Phase Blade with like 4, 5, or 6, 5, 5s, which is highly unrealistic. That's never gonna fucking happen. But yeah, 6, 5, 5s, then that would boost my holy shock damage significantly. It still wouldn't actually increase the run speed that I'm doing by all that much. It's like a 3-second increase when I did it, when I tried it, but yeah, on average it's like a 3-second increase, which I guess is still huge to some, but for me I'm kind of like, for like 2 burrs, or no, for like that many 5/5 light facets, which, yeah, no, that's way too much. Like, I don't think that I'd be able to pull something like that off. Oh, and I don't think it's worth it either, to be completely honest. If I had unlimited wealth, then yeah, it's obviously totally worth it, but I'm not swimming in dough this season, as I'm sure you guys know. There's a Warcry GCs, I mean. Yeah, that's what some people are saying, just looking at that. Alright. There you go, here's the build that I've been spending ages working on. Oh, boom, and everything's just fucking dead. Keep the build simple. Yeah, well, I mean... Yeah, simple is the best way to put it. It's more like if I try to go that route, then I'm broke as shit. So, I don't think it's a good idea. That's basically the bottom line. Yeah, just finding the runes is epic, but getting that roll is ridiculous. Yeah, man, that's pretty awesome. But, I mean, for what it's worth, like, probably my best day was getting a Jaw and a Sir in the same fucking day. On BNet, okay? On BNet. Imagine if it were a Jaw and a Burr on BNet. That's the big thing. Like, if it were Slash, like, okay, honestly, Jaw and Burr on the same day on Slash wouldn't be unheard of. It really wouldn't be all that unheard of, like, whatever, right? Because, you know, on Slash, like, if I can get, like, within 500 runs, a Jaw, like, Jaw Burr, or 2 Burrs, a Jaw, a Sir, and a Low, then it's like, alright, then yeah, no surprise that, yeah, if I, sometimes you get some really good luck streaks on Slash, but BNet, like, I was farming players 3 on BNet, and that's basically what I ended up with. I ended up with those crazy, like, Jaw Sir, like, come on, like, where's my luck there for Slash? You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, living with facets is just way too much. Yeah, no, that's well beyond me for sure. That is well beyond me. I wish I were that rich. If I were that rich, I'd love to, but anyway. So yeah, this is basically just how the build performs. Hopefully, Maverick, you've gotten your, gotten what you wanted to see. Definitely, it's really, really good for pits, I feel like. Not like the best, right? Like, easily right now, I'm still going to go on a limb and say the 2 strongest builds for farming pits, despite what others will tell. Well, okay, at least on Slash. Poison Mancer and Lightning Sorceress. Those are probably the 2 main builds that take the cake for pits, but keep shocking the pickaxe, just see it. Alright, Joachim, thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you around. Thanks for the asking the questions today too. Definitely wouldn't expect any less from you. Thank you, thank you. And I just realized I can probably use my call to... No, never mind. This doesn't give... it's all in my head. I thought that this gives FCR, but it doesn't. But yeah, I spent ages, like... I spent hours trying to, like, level this guy up in random, like, bail games and whatnot. I had to spend quite some time getting the equipment, of course, and now here we are, and it's kicking ass. It's also funny because I don't know if you've seen, but Exa5 was like asking about like Last Wish and stuff, and he's trying to make his own Oradin. And I don't know. I was already in the. I found it funny that he was asking questions about an Oradin because I myself was making an Oradin, and I wanted to like offer some advice, but my Oradin build is a little bit different from what other people have come up with. A lot of people really like to focus on the amount of damage that you can do on hit because the pulse damage is actually relatively weak. But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know, you can actually like look at this shit. Boom! Everything's just fucking dead, right? Like I came to realize, like, yeah, no, the pulse damage actually does something. I wanted a nice alternative, lazy alternative to playing as a poison necro, and this is basically what I came up with. So yeah, if I were to guess, you are enjoying the show, or enjoyed it at least. So that's pretty good to hear. Yeah, okay. Clasp Orb, Amulet, I don't need either of those, of course. Of course, the one drawback, the one really big drawback to this build is it's basically confined... Well, the way this build works, it's meant to be for pits. Definitely pits is the big focus for this build. Like, this is where it's supposed to thrive the most, and, well, I mean, you know how I am with pits. I absolutely hate pits. It's giving me a few good things. Like, look at that, another white Shaco. Okay. Bam, everything's dead. Alright, awesome. Cool. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, as an aside, let's see. There were other people who said stuff too. There was the person with the Korean characters in his name. I'm not entirely too sure if he's still around. I know Ure, you were still around. You were around earlier too. I don't know if you're still here, but welcome to you guys. I didn't really get a chance to properly greet you guys because, of course, as you guys saw, I was busy fawning over the 564 CTA that I just built, which was pretty fantastic, of course. Of course, pretty soon I'm going to have to return these items, though. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going for. I definitely wanted to just show off the... well, I definitely wasn't expecting to do so much today, to be completely honest. I just know that Rulerov was... I figured Rulerov might be hanging around, and he was the one who helped hook me up with a lot of these items. In fact, I still owe him a jaw rune. I told him I'd pay him back with a jaw if I can get my hands on one. And definitely this is the build that would most likely, or which would probably give me a better chance of actually getting the jaw rune. So that's why I was trying to make it. So yeah, it's pretty nice to be able to put this build together finally and see it in action. It is a lot of fun. If you want, Maverick, I can let you try it out if you're interested. Did you want to hop on and give it a whirl, a couple rounds after this is done? I can let you do that if you want after the stream is over. You want to actually see it for yourself firsthand. Definitely one of the things to look out for. You have to be conscious of the pulses, right? Like, it's like you can teleport twice, and then you have to switch to Holy Shock so you can get a pulse off. Like that. 1, 2, Holy Shock. 1, 2, Holy Shock. Well, okay. I tried to 1, 2, but... Bam! 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 I may want to, yeah, but I can't right this minute. Alright, that's cool. I'll just finish up this stream. I'm not going to be going for too much longer anyway. I'll probably go for the 50 runs mark, and then I'm going to probably call it. I didn't want to do too much today. I just wanted to... I was going to do one of two things. If Ruler of didn't show up, I was just going to try to hold out on him until like maybe like an hour in. Then I was going to try to make actually put this order together, but then he just happened to be hanging around. Like he was the first one to show up to the stream. Like he was here within the first like 2 minutes, and I was like, oh shit, well I guess I don't have to wait. So I went and put this build together, and then I was like, oh shit, wait a second, I'm some items are definitely missing. CTA or with CTA, I'm definitely much better off, of course, etc., etc. Yeah, if you have anything, I'll hop on when I get some time. Yeah, sure, sounds good. I will let you do that. Of course, I'd be more than happy to let you give it a try. Yeah, okay. Well, that would be nice. I mean, honestly, I'd be quite happy, or I'd be quite alright letting you use the Enigma on this guy, because, like, as I'm sure you're aware, I only have one Enigma, and, well, that one Enigma is basically shared right now. But of course, there's not really any other way. There isn't anything I can really do about that. Having said that, though, of course, like, yes, it would be nice if I could move the Enigma back to my original character, if you have your own that you could throw on. Just given the fact that I can't really... Well, I only have one Enigma, so yeah, that would be good. Thanks for the heads up. Otherwise, I would have just left the Enigma on this guy. Alright, awesome. Oh, and that's a huge pack. Come on, give me something useful, because last time... Oh, and they're all just dead. I was like scratching my shoulder while I was watching the pulses go off. There you go. Oh, Ralrin. Bam, dead. Alright. Trash. Trash crystal sword. Anyway, guys, let me know if you have any other questions. I'm probably gonna, as I said earlier, I'm probably gonna do like another 15, 10-ish runs. Yeah, not gonna do that much more. Just wanted to give this build a fun set of runs, and then I was just gonna call it a day there. Wasn't gonna spend a lot of time on this build or anything. Just wanted to show it off. And this isn't even, I'm not even counting these towards my 400 or 1000 pit runs, but so far in the 35 runs I've done so far, not looking too good. Like, there's not I got one Umrune to start, which was kind of promising, I'm not gonna lie, but one Umrune alone is not enough to put food on the table for me to eat, really, in a manner of speaking. Boom. Boom. I think this also hits through walls, from the looks of things. It's pretty awesome if it does. 2 Grand Charms. Hopefully one of them is... Nope. Neither is useful. What's that? Conqueror Crown? Yeah, why not? Maybe it might be War Cries. I don't know why it didn't pick up. Okay. There we go. There. Okay. There we go. Probably should get my Merc to properly kill the big threat among everybody here. Alright, I don't really want to deal with all of those lightning immune archers, to be honest, so I'm just going to move on to the next game. Note to self, never do fucking pits again. Like, next season, I am out of the pits, without a doubt. I am pretty sure I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to farm, because pits just drives me absolutely insane. There's never... I don't ever feel like I get anything too useful out of it. I mean, not too useful out of it. It's not... I don't want to keep bitching about the same thing over and over and over again, but like... Oh, man, the mob density here is huge, though. Oh, hold on. They just dropped something. Hey, add Thresher. It's kind of nice, I suppose, but... Yeah, it's gonna be a long-ass run because just because of how many monsters there are here, but... Okay, well, I'll just take them out. There. Alright, and then finally pits again, or lower level of the pits. There we go. Got a nice little circlet. Still looking for the, still looking for nice 3 PNB, 20 FCR, but that'll probably never happen. Let's be real here. But yeah, as I was saying earlier though, like, yeah, I just got an ethereal thresher or whatever, but, I mean, if it's not an ethereal thresher, then, I mean, in terms of, like, purple boxes, in terms of orange boxes, I don't really feel like it's ever paid me out, just luck-wise. I definitely think that next season, I'm definitely going to need to try and see if there's somewhere else I can farm for whatever character build I use next. I think I have a good idea, actually, as to what I'm going to do next season. I already have next season kind of lined up, if I'm being completely honest. I'm just waiting for the ladder reset, of course, and then, well, after the ladder reset, I can actually put my plans into motion. But I definitely have plans for next season. To be honest, this Oradin was kind of impromptu. It's not like I was planning to make this Oradin from the start of the season. I was actually planning to focus my efforts entirely on my Singer Barbarian, but I didn't expect to be able to acquire everything that I needed so soon, or for the gear to be so cheap. Yeah, no, without a doubt. Like, a lot of the equipment I've been using is pretty cheap. Like, yeah, I got like War Travs and or Perf War Travs for like 1.5, but those were just kind of a luxury item. Same with the Warcry Lifer JCs. So, yeah. Alright, so probably I'm gonna do about another... how many more runs should I do? I think I'll do maybe another 3 or so runs, and then I might actually call that a day. I was actually just hoping for a shorter than usual stream, and it's been pretty quiet, I'd say, so it might be a good time to wrap up here. I think I've streamed for a good 2 hours, and I finally got this build up and running, and I can actually just mess around with it whenever I want on Slash rather than on single player, so that is pretty awesome. Although I definitely am curious. I'm wondering if Exo5, if I'll bump into him. I definitely want to show off this build to him, since he was in the middle of making his own Oradin, and I'd like to see how it performs compared to this. Maybe it might be better. I don't know. Might be worse. Although I think his is like much more geared towards damage, or like actually doing good amounts of damage. It's the usual actually focusing on how much damage you're dishing out rather than, or with your like attacks rather than with my pulses. Hey, I'm back. Oh, well there he is. How's it playing? It's been playing pretty good, I have to admit. It's been really smooth, although the run speeds have, if I'm being completely honest, a bit disappointing. Yeah, the run speeds have been a bit disappointing, but I think that's just because like I have to go really far. When I actually ran the tests on single player, the maps that I did were not nearly this unforgiving. But yeah, otherwise it's been pretty good. The only other issue is that I haven't gotten anything to drop in the last 50 runs. Like I started off like run number 1 with an Umbrin, which is really promising, but I definitely haven't gotten anything since. In fact, I might even go as far as saying that in these runs... Oh wait, no, sorry, that's a lie. I got my hands on an ethereal 0-socket Thresher. But aside from that, and yeah, aside from those two things, I really haven't gotten much that I can brag about, really. In fact, surprisingly, I was doing better off with my... or I was better off with my Singer Barbarian in terms of drops than I was with this character, so... that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Okay, so that was run number 38. I don't know, I think I'm only going to go for a couple more runs, by the way, too, Rulerov. I was just going to gun for a short little stream. I didn't honestly expect so many people to show up, to be completely honest. I'm always surprised by how many people drop by and tune in, and honestly, I'm glad so many people came to check out this lovely little new build that I've got here. There you go. Everything's dead. Okay, awesome. I join you for one of them. I want to try something. Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. But yeah, I'll just finish up this run, and then you can join in for the next one. And yeah, thanks for asking, though. I think this is probably one of the most forgiving pits maps I've had. There was that one which was like really small, but once again, one of the awesome things about single player, you can just re-roll yourself like a really good map and you could be good to go, but anyway. Okay, why doesn't everything die? There you go. There. Next. Grand Charm. Yeah, this run's taking a bit longer than usual, but I can kind of live with that, factoring in that this set of pits is a lot larger and has a lot of monsters here and there. But okay, so 2 minutes. That was a 2-minute run. Yeah, I'll hold on to that. It's a cute little small charm. Nothing too crazy, but... Alright, join me in for run number 41. I'll start run number 41 in a second. Also, Maverick, probably I'm going to need to return this, this Infinity to you. Thanks again for letting me play around with it, but this definitely does belong back with you. Okay, so run number 40 is coming up, and then you can join me for it. I'm gonna... Well, actually, I'll teleport over and then... Ruler of Boom. Oh, I see. I see. I was curious. I figured that it might be a lower res. You might be trying to test out something to do with lower res. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I see what you're testing, but as you can see, it's I mean, of course I'm not hitting anything, but yeah, I don't think it's making much of a difference, but I'm gonna let you decide that for yourself, of course, as I just stand here and let my Holy Shock do its thing. Maybe I should actually start hitting them. No reason for me not to, really. Yep. Well, so, what do you think? Makes a difference or doesn't make a difference? Because I presume that's what you're trying to gun for. Ruler of Boom. I like that name, though. Seems like Conv is doing all the work. Well... Here, tell you what. Hold on. Actually, I could honestly, like, go back to town and return the, or put away the Infinity, but I don't really think that's... Yeah, I'll let you drink that, health potion. Oh! What are these? Ethereal Chansies. I don't really think those are of any real value, though. And the Chansies, yeah, I know, right? Alright, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't really think that... I am pretty sure that these, this lower res isn't really doing all that much. Or I figured it wouldn't be doing much, but it doesn't seem to me like there's been very much improvement either. But hey, you know what? Here, let me actually do this. Let's try this. I do think that lower res in this situation would be a pretty good substitute, though. Yeah, if you just lower res. There you go. Yeah, with lower res, you're actually it actually does. It's a good substitute for conviction, I would say, but ooh, almost died there. Close one. I do think that while lower res is a good substitution for conviction, I don't think that. I definitely think that it's kind of redundant when Infinity is active. So, yeah. There you go. I don't know. I can move on to the next run with you on, but I'm going to wait for you to say what you're going to try to say. We can try again if you want. If you want to do another run together, we can totally do that. That's totally okay. I can do it with or without Infinity. I can do it. I don't know. I can run Conviction myself. It's totally up to you. I can test whatever you want. I don't know. Just wanted to see if it made a noticeable difference. What do you think? Not really, to be honest. Probably the fastest way to look at it, I feel like. With these Dark Archers, I don't really pay much attention to them because, like, the Dark Archers I can kill just by hitting them. That's what I usually do. But probably the best way to test if it really does anything is if I actually find monsters that actually aren't immune to lightning. And what I could do. What we could do is I could just count the number of pulses, right? Like, right now it takes... Oh, okay. Or you can just teleport over. We could count the number of pulses it actually takes to kill most of those monsters. And then see from there. If it takes more than 2 or if it takes fewer than 2 pulses to kill most of these monsters, like here. Right now I have... Here, I'm going to activate Holy Shock. Everything dies in one shot. Actually, with Fallen, a lot of them will die in one shot even without Conviction. In fact, I can even take this off and show you. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not the... Well, actually... Yeah, lower res is a pretty nice substitute. If I don't have Infinity active, then yeah, this is pretty good. I have to admit. Of course, against these Dark Archers, I'm of course gonna have to whack them. It's the fastest way for me to kill them. Fallen or these Devilkins will die regardless, I think, or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, so on average it takes about 2.5 pulses, I feel like, without Infinity or lower res. But with lower res, if you apply lower res on most of them, then my pulse will pretty much kill them immediately, which actually kind of makes sense. This actually is starting to make sense, because like your lower res, if I were to guess, is like what, minus 51%, right? And I'm using Crescent Moon, which is minus 35%. So we're already reducing their resistance by like 85 between these two, and well, that makes it like a pretty reasonable substitute for Infinity. Minus 59, okay, well there you go, even better. So minus 59 and minus 35 on Crescent Moon, that makes like minus 94. So as long as you apply lower res, I actually will one-shot most of these monsters with a pulse, or will at least one-shot the Devilkin. I'm paying most attention to the Devilkins because they're the easiest to measure. The Devilkins, with low res, I know I can kill them with 1 pulse. Without low res, I kill them in about 2, maybe 3 pulses. So that's kind of the way that I'm kind of gouging it out. Yeah. But as soon as I have Infinity, like Infinity... Once I have Infinity, like, if the Conviction Aura is active on monsters, then it basically overrides the need for having lower res altogether. This is kind of what I've gathered, I would say. So, yeah, that's my way of seeing it. Something else I am curious about, though, Devilkins. What is the resistance on Devilkins in this game? The resistance... Yeah, they have 0% lightning resistance. There we go. Chaos? Sure, we could do Chaos. Although, frankly, this build isn't meant for doing Chaos. It'll probably get shit stomped in Chaos, I'm not gonna lie. In Chaos, the monsters are substantially stronger, of course. So... There was a rare Ami in the chest. Oh, nice. I wonder if it was any value. Hey, 2 war cries and 19 all res. Oh wow, that's awesome. Of course, I probably wouldn't end up using that, but alright. Of course, gonna put Infinity back on my mercenary. Actually, now that I think about it, I think part of the reason why also it takes 2 pulses to kill most of those Devilkins is because we're playing players 2, which gives them like 50% more health. Usually otherwise I would kill them in 1 or 2 pulses. That I think makes a bit more sense. Because yeah, I remember not really needing Infinity to kill them outright. There we go. I actually can't kill this thing. Interesting. Oh, I can't kill any of these. lightning enchanted monsters, venom lords. That's okay. As soon as you show up with Poison Nova, it won't matter because they'll just immediately die outright. I also eat up a lot of full rejuves here. This is definitely not the element of this Oridin. Although I will be honest about one thing. My odds of finding something here in Chaos Sanctuary are probably higher than it would be in the pits, just because of, you know, my luck with pits compared to Chaos Sanctuary. Oops. Oh, they're just dead. Oh, a ring. Alright. Let's check this out. Okay. Well, I don't even need to look at that to know that it's trash. Okay. Cool. Nice. Ooh, Grand Charm. Oh, very nice. It's a pally. See, this is what I'm talking about. One run of Chaos Sanctuary is all it takes to get me a pally combat skill or GC. Not that I can really sell it for much, but still, it's pretty cool find, all things considered, I'd say. Oh, Battle Orders has expired. Ain't that gonna be a problem? Alright. But yeah, there you go. There's a nice stupid mono burn. Yeah, now for real. Alright, let's see what we can do against good old Big D. And I think if Crescent Moon actually procs Static Field on him sometime the next century or so. Whew. Trash drops, but still very nice. Would you like this, by the way, Ruler of? This Pally's combat skill, or I don't need it. And I'm guessing you don't either, but I figure I'll ask anyway. That was a pretty decent dekill. Yeah, no, that was pretty decent. Ah, Mephisto's Soulstone. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, same. Yeah, no problem. Alright, well, I think that is where I think that is a good stopping point for me for today. I know it's a bit short, but I really wanted to go for the shorter than usual stream, and I just wanted to get this build finally up and running. Yeah, what now? I guess that's gonna be... give me a sec, actually, I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly mule my stuff. I'm gonna quickly mule some items to my other characters. I'm gonna build a better Infinity in place of this shitty Insight. Also, as an aside, I do appreciate this Ethereal Colossus Volge, but I don't quite have the strength to wear it. I guess I can actually replace this for on Andes. I think I'll do that, actually. I'll replace this with an Andes. So I'm going to do a bunch of muling while I just sit here and chill and chat with you guys for a bit longer. Thanks again for dropping by, Ruler of, and yeah, it was definitely fun trying to piece this character together and get a chance to do a nice little run with you. I still am under the impression that, yeah, with lower, basically conviction or lower res, one of the two is necessary. You're still short on strength. A few levels will fix that. Let's see. Well, how much strength does this does Wahid get per level? It's like 1.5, isn't it? Or is it 2.5? Because if it's 2.5, then I have to level like 4 times. Or 5 times. I have to be like level 91. So I'm just going to quickly throw this back where it belongs. There's also a crescent moon here. I think I'll actually... God, the Noob's Mule, was it? I think the Noob's Mule should do the trick. Okay. Oh yes, right. I also wanted to try and roll this this ethereal thresher into a 4-socket. So that was the other thing I was supposed to do too. So I'm gonna try and do that quickly. And here we go. So Ral, Am, P Amethyst, and well, not the Thresher, but... Alright, my guess is it's going to be a 3-socket. Or no, 1-socket. 5-socket, alright, well. Another 5-socket Ed Thresher, of course. Let's put this back on the correct character. And I also have a bunch of random bases lying around, so let's make another character to hold on to these bases. Hey, Coaster! Good to see you. It was, you always seem to roll 5s. Yeah, I seem to have a knack for rolling 5s. I'm glad somebody else also noticed this. Your fans are blasting. Yeah, sorry about that. Yet another reason why I probably want to wrap this up, the stream up a little bit early today. Anyway, actually, using the right microphone, yes it is, but it's an unusually hot day, so my fan's just going off. Like, it's kind of, it's great. Not really, but what can I do about it? I'm definitely using the right microphone, though. Alright, my bad. Yeah, well, don't be. There. Damn, you're leaving. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, to be honest with you, today the whole point of me pulling up my stream was I kind of wanted to put this build together. I'll show it to you quickly before I sign off, at the very least, if nothing else. Just because, yeah, I mean, I feel kind of bad that now that you're here, I'm just about to get ready to head off. So, I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually show you this build in action quickly before I sign off. Breaking my heart. Alright, well, let me just finish muling, and then I'll show it off. Whipping out the guilt trip. Well, you got me there. Alright, you win. You win on guilt trip, alright? You win on guilt trip. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm just going to pick this up quickly. Lion Branded Grand Charm. And, yeah, alright, I'm just about done muling. So, now, I'm going to go back to showing you, or showing Coaster, this build that I have put together. So, Ruler of, check this out, okay? I spent the last couple of, well, kind of off-stream. I've been doing this on and off. I've spent hours in, like, bail runs and shit trying to put this together, and I had, like, G-Rush. I had to level this character, and then I had, like, G-Rush, and there's, like, what a pain in the ass. Anyway, point is, that's all done and over with now. So now I have a new build for farming pits. Of course, it's not so much that I'm sick of my Singer Barbarian, it's just that I wanted to try and do something a little bit different, because that Singer Barb definitely has problems clearing out like big groups of monsters, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. So this is kind of what I settled for. Yeah, definitely didn't want to like use one of the other character classes. I wanted to try something a little bit. I don't know, there's a lot of reasons why I put this together, but it's just, one of the big ones was it's a lot of fun, and I've never actually made an Oridin, so I decided to actually piece it together and give it a try. It works well. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's obviously not as quick as Poison Necro, but, I mean, fuck it. I don't think anything really clears pits as well as a Poison Necro, so that's not a fair comparison. Okay, and then finally this stack of monsters just goes down, and there we go. Nice little minute 27 run. Bam! The Oridin in all of its might and glory. So yeah, this is basically what I settled for today. I was going to try and like play that Singer Barbarian and do like my next batch of like however many pit runs I wanted to do, like maybe 100, but I was like, yeah, I don't think I can stream for that long today then anyway, or rather, in the case of today, I don't want to stream for too long, or I don't want to stream for too long, because I have other stuff I should probably go and do. Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, pretty awesome setup here. Except for light immunes. That's the main drawback, of course, to this build. Having to deal with those stupid light immunes. Okay. He's a little squishy. Yeah, well... I mean... Don't kind of wish I had a response for that. You know what? I do have a response for that. Part of the reason why he's so squishy is because I'm not using the Bow Barbarian. Like, normally, I would pre-buff my characters with, like, bow. So he would be like, what? He'd have, like, 3,000 life or whatever. But, I mean, I'm using CTA for... Oh, by the way, speaking of which, check this shit out. Whoa, voila! 564 CTA on the roll. I made that today. I honestly sacrificed my Singer Barbarian, because the thing is, my Singer Barb took like an extra couple seconds to bring into the game. I was getting kind of sick of that, so I was like, I'll just make a CTA. I have, and Swish is buying keys at like 3 per gull or some shit, and I was like, well shit, I have 9T keys handy, so I guess I'll actually just throw them at Swish, and then I got him to buy the keys off of me, and then I decided to try and make it, I used the stuff that he gave me to make a CTA, so that's the long story short. Ruler of course, was nice enough to break my Vexes into Ohms, and there's that, and a bunch of other stuff, but they're making me want to try for a 664 CTA. That's awesome. Well, I mean, good luck with that if you do. But whatever the case, yeah, no, this build, it might look squishy, but it's actually not as squishy as it might seem. Like, yeah, I have to chug down pots, but... a lot of the time that's more for mana than it is for health, to be honest. And if they are hitting me, if they do successfully manage to hit me, then, I mean, I don't know, like, I have a high chance to block even if I don't have nearly as much health as my Bow Barb. Like, but granted, my Bow Barb is like, I mean, my Barb's a Barb, right? Like, I don't know, I'm spoiled with how much life I have with that Barb compared to this guy. Hey, look at this, I'm standing in the middle of everybody and they can't even hit me. Yeah, there's not really nearly as much of a need. Oh, except for if I get amped. If I get amped, then that's a bit of a problem. Or if I have to, of course, deal with... like, getting cursed. No, sorry, lightning enchanted monster too. Hey, look, blue diadem. Alright, I can chalk that up as yet another non-Griffs. A sec. 12 diadems. Alright, nice. Anyway. But yeah, I don't think squishy is the right word for it though, honestly. Like, he doesn't have nearly as much life as the Barb, but he's got a chance to block, he's got high defense. His resistances are a bit shit though. I mean, I could go fix that if I really wanted to, but I kind of don't. And besides, like... Ooh, what is this? A Zakram shield. Because the thing is, right now, like, I don't know if you saw, but I bought a Paladin amulet a while back. I'll show it to you. That'll give me some res too. So that should cover my bases on that front. And like I said earlier, I don't have ridiculous amounts of life because I'm not using like the real battle orders from like a proper barbarian. Like, I'm just using the cheap knockoff version from like fucking Bollywood or whatever. Yeah, this is just like this is just a shitcan CTA, you know, or this is shitcan CTA battle orders, not like an actual Singer Barbarian. Oh, looks like I got a Mail Rune. Oh, very nice. That's a pretty nice way to wrap up the evening, I guess. Better quit while I'm ahead, but anyway. So yes, as I was saying, I'm talking about this Beast Stork right here. 2 Paladin skill levels, 10 FCR. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, Coaster, because I guess without you, I would not have continued streaming, and well, what would have ended up happening is that I wouldn't have had this Beast Stork, or well, I wouldn't have had this Mal. So yeah, the Beast Stork, 2 Paladin skill levels, 10 FCR, 46 life, 12 mana, and 16 all res. I bought it for 1.5. It seems no one else was willing to contest me, interestingly enough. So yeah, 16 all res will be a really nice boost because my current amulet doesn't give me any res whatsoever. Not a bad amulet. Yeah, it's pretty damn good. I'm happy with it, but of course, I think that it can be argued that the one I had from last season was way better. Well, it was pretty fucking nuts. It had strength and dexterity on top of FCR and plus the Paladin skill levels. So that was just fantastic. Like, I don't think I'll ever see an amulet like that again. That was a glorious one. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. 1400 life base is nothing to really scoff about. Still more than most sorts, I think. And yeah, so now I'm just going to finish off doing the rest of my muling, and then I'm going to wrap it up and call it a day. I definitely I got a chance to show you this build that I've been working on, and it has been fantastic. Yeah. Been spending my high runes and crafting back working on endgame. Dude, I feel you. Last season it was like that for me too. You remember that. You remember how much time and effort I put last season into trying to get that 2 and 15 Necro amulet. In fact, it's at the point now where I think earlier this season somebody got their hands on 2 and 15 Necro Ami, and then I think Hedgehog offered Burst Surf for it, I think. And then the guy's like, yeah, it's not for sale, and I totally understand where he's coming from, because bloody hell, like, when I tried to get that last season, when I tried to get that 2 and 15 last season, that was a pain in the ass. So endgame jewelry, I'm guessing that's for a 2 and 20, right? You're in the process of trying to make a 2 and 20? Is that why? I'd assume that it is. Yeah, flawless, tier rune. Just some random scrap items. Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that one. That is definitely not going to be easy to make at all. Come to think of it, I had some crafting packs. I'm still trying to get like 88 of them, but yeah, maybe I might at some point go and sell those. Might be something you're interested in later on. So just gonna go and pick up that tier rune, and then I'm probably gonna make some transfers because I know Maverick wants to actually give this a try. He wants to actually give this yeah, he wants to give this Oridon a try, so I'm probably gonna try and let him have a whirl with that. Oh yes, right, Enigma. That's what I need to transfer off. I need to transfer off Enigma and this Arachnid Sash. So I'm gonna go do that quickly. And then I think that'll be good enough for me. Yeah. Okay. Yes, so... Ugh. Definitely don't want to drop trade that. Yeah, I'm trying to trade an Enigma right now. I'm not going to drop trade that. Okay, so let's throw this on. Gonna throw the Verdungos back on this guy. Alright, awesome. And then that should do the trick. Alright. And yeah, he can't currently wear the Dream, but of course that's a job for an Enigma, and I'm going to let Maverick go and deal with that himself, because he has an Enigma and I don't have a spare. So, that's basically it. And I'm surprised no one actually bothered to answer Nostrum. Yes. Wow, that was a lot of gold. Maybe I'll go farm some more gold at some point in my own time. But for the time being, I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I do hope that you guys enjoyed however long you stuck around for. Gem people their vexes. Nice. Catch you tomorrow, hopefully. I'm not going to be around tomorrow. Tomorrow, for sure, I'm pretty certain that I won't be streaming. Not sure about playing, though. I don't know if I'll play or stream. But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to stream, though, at the very least. So, okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Fun little new build. The Shocker Oridon. And yeah, it was fun showing off to you guys, so hope you guys also enjoyed it. Alright, that's it for me. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. ZTD2, signing out.